All right, guys, welcome to Beyond the Muscle. I'm really excited to welcome our next guest, Theo Golaub. Theo is a coach and now pro natural bodybuilder after picking up his DFAC Pro card and then WMBF Pro card on consecutive weekends. Welcome to the show, Theo. It's really good to catch up after an amazing year you had last year.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
Been looking forward to coming on, to be honest. And just chat about the season and that.
No, same. Really looking forward to getting stuck in. You obviously had quite a journey to get to this stage. I know you started competing way back in, was it 2015, your first year?
2014,
14, was it? Oh,
2014.
okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know
man.
it was 15.
Yeah.
How would you summarize before, because I actually do want to get stuck into that, but how would you summarize your 2024, Theo?
Oh, do you know what? It was good. It was good. It was good. Um, didn't end the way I wanted it to. In terms of the shows that I wanted to do, but the main goals were to get. Well, the main goal was to get a DFAT Pro card. WMBF Pro card was kind of like, oh, okay, we'll
Yeah.
go for that as well, kind of thing. But yeah, the only reason why I say that is because I've been chasing the DFAT Pro card since the beginning.
Yeah.
I've always competed with the BMBF since my first show. And it's just really eluded me like for years and years. I've been so close. And
Mm.
back in my last prep in 2021, like I won my first British title with the BMBF and I missed out on the pro card and it was devastating, man. I'll be honest, it was devastating.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh gosh. Even though that was like my most successful year, I won a lot of overalls and that. It was like, yeah, I really missed out on the pro card and yeah, left a bit of a
Mm.
sour taste in my mouth,
I
I'll be honest.
see. Who won it in
It was
2021?
Gene. Gene.
Okay.
Yeah. So he beat me, man. And do you know what? The guy came up to me afterwards. He's such a nice guy, man. But I just weren't in the mood. Like
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
hurting. I'll be honest, I was just hurting at the point. Like I didn't even really want to talk. We're just going through it. But no, he was in great shape and condition and everything. And yeah, great bodybuilder. So well
Yeah.
done to him.
Mm.
But obviously, 2024 came and finally achieved what I've been setting out to achieve for a long time. So
Yeah.
yeah, it felt good, man. It felt good.
Great. Yeah, that's great to hear. You looked amazing this year. You really did.
Thank you.
Um, I'll be interested to your thoughts on this. So you competed, I thought it was in 2015, but every year from 2014 to 2019, you competed, didn't you? And then you had a year off in 2020, is that right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So you had a decent size off season then before 2021, and then a good off size off season before we come back in 24.
yeah.
I'd love to know like how progress was like comparing those different approaches. So first off, like doing back-to-back seasons, how was that in terms of like the improvements made to your physique?
Do you know what? I still managed to make improvements year after year. So I weren't exactly stepping back on stage looking exactly the same.
Mm.
But because I was just in such a rush just to achieve my goals and I was like, all right, off stage, just want to get back on stage. And in hindsight, it probably wasn't the best approach. I definitely won't recommend for people to do back-to-back shows like that, back-to-back seasons, I should say. But I still edging, like just getting closer and closer to it.
Mm.
But when I finally took like a full off season and give me a body time to recover, really focus on making improvements. That's when I felt like I did make the improvements necessary. And what's really let me down, the usual feedback was I just need to be sharper, I need to be
Right.
more condition, and that's why this year that was the main goal, just to be in shape. Um, so the like approach coming into the shows, especially the finals, like where people usually carb load into the show, like I was almost it was tapering off. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I weren't even like full.
Mm.
Just enough, just had enough fullness to do what I need to do just to stay as sharp
Yeah.
as possible. And it worked. It worked. Don't get me
Mm.
wrong, I didn't have the most energy on show day, I'll
Right,
be
right,
honest.
right.
But yeah, that was a goal, man, because I had enough muscle and it was just, to get that same feedback year after year is like, yeah, you need to be more conditioned, more conditioned, more conditioned. And
Yeah.
it's hard. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely, like I said, I definitely won't recommend people doing so many seasons back to back,
Mm.
especially if they need to make improvements.
Yep.
It can be done. Um, you, but the amount of improvements that you make is minimal, I'd say.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I didn't know it was six, so 14, 15, so six
I,
years back to back. Is that right?
wait, I done 14, 15, 16, 17. I think 18 was my last one, and I was
Ah,
off 19, 20.
oh, you're off
Yeah,
in 19. Got it. Right. So
19,
five
20. Yeah,
years. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Wow, you must have done. Do you know how many shows you've competed in altogether then?
Oh, I don't have a clue, mate. I actually don't
A lot.
know. I've got a lot of trophies. I've got
Yeah,
loads there.
I bet.
I've got some in the front room. I've given my mum some. Yeah, I've got I've got loads, man. I've not got enough space, but I've done a lot. I've done a lot of shows. Yeah,
Yeah, that's impressive endurance as well to do that many, and especially back to backs. I know how much it takes out of you. Yeah,
yeah.
and your condition, like looking back at your previous shows, yeah, condition was definitely improved. Would you say it was the sharpest look this year,
Oh,
or
for
last year?
sure, for sure. Especially at the WNBF, it was even sharper. Even though it was only a week apart from the BNBF, like on that day, I just knew like yes,
That was it.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. There's
yeah.
something about the WMBF lighting was amazing as well. I think on that day,
Yes, it was. It was. It was. I think that helps as well.
it does. It does help. But yeah, no, you looked amazing. I'll be curious to know as well. So if you had two off seasons, like a decent size, was there a
Yes.
difference gain, like in terms of? Would you say like your the 21 to 24 difference was the biggest difference you made in terms of physique?
Do you know what? It's a tough one because during that time, that was like the lockdown time,
Mm,
and I was just eating. I'll be
right.
honest. And the training, like I was training, I had some stuff in my garage and what's not. Each week, we're just trying to buy more and more equipment. So
Hmm.
eventually, we had like some sort of gym, which was decent. And every now and again, a few different gyms would be open for a couple of weeks before they get shut down again,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So it was a lot tougher. The main thing, like I'll just focus on keeping the calories up,
Yeah.
but probably not in the best way. I put on
Right.
a lot of weight. I put on a lot of
Yeah.
weight, and so yeah, I'd say the training wasn't as good because I didn't have the tools which I'd normally have to use for my training. But
Mm,
overall, it was decent. It's still decent. I still managed to make a lot of progress. Whereas um, in my last off season, the thing is it's one of them. It's like the more you do it, the more you learn about it, and
mm,
the more you learn about your body. So I always feel like every off season I'm just improving. I'm figuring more stuff out.
yeah.
But what I will say about the last one is that I picked up so many injuries, like
Really?
out of nothing, out of nothing. It was literally back to back injuries for months and months and months,
Mm,
just random stuff. So even going into prep, I couldn't train my hamstring like directly for a little while, and then just had to work around it.
yeah.
So yeah, it was a bit annoying on that front,
Mm,
but like I said, you just keep learning, and I just feel like there's more to come, and that's how I
yeah.
feel in like going into this off season now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're on the in the pro ranks now, so that the the quality you've got to get to, yeah,
Yeah,
you've leveled things up. Yeah, and you obviously you made your pro debut as well, didn't you? In terms of was it the DFAC? Was it the what the
yeah,
Grand
yeah.
Prix? Is that what it
The,
was?
the Grand
And you
Prix, yeah.
and you finished
That
third,
was a
is that right?
tough one, man,
Yeah,
because I won my class. Then I had to come straight back out for the overall. Then I had to come straight back out for the pro Grand Prix, man. Like
yeah,
doing my own time. It was tough. It
mm,
was tough, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was fun as well, man. I was just on a high. I'll be honest. For that show, like for the Grand Prix, like I, I, I don't even know if I really thought about it.
Right.
So I was just like, right, I've got my pro card now. Let's
Mm.
let's just do this and have some fun. And so didn't feel much pressure, and then done all right as well.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I can imagine there must have been like, yeah, so much pressure you put on yourself, and then it's all gone once you
Yeah,
make that pro debut. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, that's great. Where would you say like you've leveled up the most? Obviously, you've been training a while. What like changes do you think have been like the most prominent in terms of your physique over the last like few years?
Um, Legs. I managed to bring my legs up.
Okay.
Like looking back, it was okay, but there's always I always knew that they needed more, and
Yeah.
yeah, and brought them up. Just everything. Like I've always had a good chest. Like I was,
Mm,
oh yeah, you've got a good chest, blah blah blah. But my back's getting better as well. As I looked up and the pictures from like way back in that, and yeah, still
mm.
improvements need to be made. But we're getting there. We're getting
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, your legs have definitely come on actually, because I suppose your legs are quite long. You're quite tall as well, aren't you?
Yeah, like 6 foot.
Yeah, 6 foot. Yeah. So I think, yeah, with longer limbs, it's kind of
And
hard
that's
to
a real
feel
6 foot. I'm not just
a
pretending.
real
I'm
six
actually
foot.
6 foot.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're a big bodybuilder. What's your stage weight out of curiosity, Theo?
It was like I think the lowest last year was £200,
Wow.
201 or something like that. Yeah.
That's the lowest. Yeah, geez. Yeah, yeah.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. And then as well, how long had you been like training? So your first competition was 2014. How long had you
Yeah.
been training prior to that?
Oh damn! I've been training since like it must have been 2003 or something like that.
Okay.
2000. Yeah, because I was in like my last year of school. I'm quite old. Ah, damn! I'm showing my age now.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
What, you
last year
like
of school.
36 or
Yeah, 36.
36? Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so I used to go to a junior weights club on the Tuesday and Thursday. There used to be loads of us in school.
Mm.
So just kind of learn the basics and yeah, just have some fun. And but to be honest, I didn't really know what I was doing for a long time.
Yeah.
I was never really into bodybuilding to that. I just wanted to get strong, so that was the main focus. Just get strong, get strong, get strong.
Mm.
And I watched my first show in 2012, which was the BMBF British Finals. That was in Manchester.
Okay, yeah.
So that's when I actually got like told about natural bodybuilding because I didn't even know it was a thing. So luckily it was down the road from me. I thought, all right, let me go and check this out. And that's
Mm.
when Nate Williams he won his pro card,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, well, I can do this. I can do
Yeah.
this. So from there, I'd say from 2012 was when I started to actually become a bodybuilder. But before
Mm.
that, I was kind of like finding my feet and just some of the training I was doing. Oh gosh,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, let's
Yeah.
just say I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, you do in the early days. Yeah. What do you look at like now in terms of like your early training? You think, oh, what was I doing? What kind of things?
Oh, like so in the early days, I pretty much did the same exercises every day, like for about
Well,
5 days a week.
yeah.
And sometimes I'd go in, I'd start off with bench press because obviously bench press is king.
Obviously.
And if the
Yeah.
bench and
Yeah.
there's a good few times where if the bench press didn't go well, I just go home.
Right, right, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Shit bench today,
Uh,
so I'm going home. That
I'm
kind
done.
of thing.
That's funny.
So
That's funny.
yeah, like I said, I made a lot of mistakes.
Mm.
But another one that I'd say is, I was getting too focused on the weight.
Okay.
Um, and not really the execution.
Mm.
So because I always want to be strong, it's all about just moving weight, moving weight, moving weight. But over time, you actually start to understand what you need to get out of each movement, and the whole importance of contracting the right muscles. Otherwise, they're not going to grow.
Mm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, took some time actually. Um, learning that, and even today, it's one of them. It's like certain body parts just require a bit more attention
Mm.
to each movement because some of them the muscles will just switch on straight away. I don't even have to think about it. And other ones, you got to really focus and yeah, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's still progress, man.
Yeah,
Still learning, still yeah, I still feel like a student of the game.
definitely. Yeah, that's a really interesting point you've touched on. I want to go back to like your early training years in a little bit, but based on like what you've just said there, so you mentioned that certain body parts you just kind of you have like a really good connection with.
Yeah.
Do you find they're the muscles that grow the easiest for you?
Yeah,
Definitely.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure, for
Okay.
sure. Chest and arms.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause it's funny.
that's it.
I'm the same. My chest, it doesn't matter what I do. It just grows. It's always been a strong body part for me. I
Yeah,
always get soreness there as well.
yeah,
Whereas certain body parts, it's hard to get that kind of connection.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
interesting.
that's how it was. That's how it was for legs for a long time.
Okay.
Like I could squat heavy, and I just get knee pain, like
Right,
lots of
right.
knee pain. It's like my legs, like the leg muscles, just weren't engaging at all.
Mm,
And it wasn't until I think it might have been when I've been training with Danny Carr years ago, and we kind of like fixed my squat a little bit, and from there things started to improve, and I just started to take more like notice of. I paid more attention to like contracting my muscles, like during the movements and that kind of thing, and just start to grow.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What was the change you made? Do you remember?
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I just remember that with because she was always really good on legs. Got
Right.
she had great legs.
Mm,
Yeah, And for me, I can't remember what I was doing. I can't remember what I was doing at the time, but
Mm.
it just, I could move the weight, but I just
Yep.
couldn't get anything out of it.
Mm.
But another thing that helped, sports massages,
Okay.
getting regular treatment because I never did. And
Mm.
ever since doing that as well, I felt like just get much better contractions, much
Mm.
better pumps, and yeah, just get a lot more out of me training. And yeah, honestly, I'm all for them.
Yeah, yeah, interesting
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, because I don't really do them very often at all. But yeah,
Get
that's
them done,
something to
mate. Get
consider.
them done. You're missing out.
I should do. Yeah, there's one just opened at my gym actually at King's, so I should probably go and yeah, probably go and do
Yeah.
that.
Because
Yeah.
if I'm honest, like I get him usually, like, other than this time round, it's been about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, usually like once a month.
Okay.
And you just feel the difference. Like
Yeah.
you honestly feel the difference. Like when I don't have him, things just don't seem like they're moving as they should.
Mm.
I don't know if that's just on me because I'm
Mm.
just getting a little bit older and
Mm.
that kind of thing. But
Mm.
yeah, as soon as I have him, everything feels like how it should be, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Interesting. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good tip there actually. Yeah. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get on that.
Do it, do it, do
That's good.
it.
Going back to like your early years of training, Theo, were you someone who was, this is something I asked Dan Sutcliffe actually, were you like a hyper responder to training? Did you like blow up quite a lot initially?
I was a skinny kid. I was a
Yeah, okay.
skinny kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, really skinny.
Mm.
So it took some time to get some growth, and
Mm.
even when even when I was younger and people thought like, now Theo, you're big. I weren't looking back. I weren't big. It's
Yep.
just because like back then people didn't really train to that. There weren't no pure gyms and gym
Mm.
groups, or there weren't half as many gyms. It weren't as popular. So if you did a bit of weights, it's like flipping out. Yeah, you're a lot bigger than the average person.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I remember when I was about, I must have been like 10 and a half stone, something like that. And
Right.
like my friend and a few of my friends like, you're not gonna get much bigger than that. It's not
Right.
it's not in your genes.
Yeah.
And here I am now at like 17. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah, it took some time. It really did take some time, but
mm.
there was a lot of learning to do, especially like with nutrition.
Yeah.
Um, I started off on pizzas. I used to buy
Mm.
Asda £1 pizzas every day
Nice.
just to get the calories in. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
skinned, and that was my tactic. So yeah,
Yeah.
quick 1,000 calories, double pepperoni. Yeah, that
Nice.
was the
Yeah, that
one.
was what I was going to ask. Being that you were quite skinny as a kid, did you have to really push the calories up higher? And I guess you did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But another thing was like consistency with it.
Yeah.
Like just when you really break things down, you kind of understand where the holes are in what you're doing. And
Mm.
so sometimes I'd eat a lot and then I wouldn't eat so much. So when I started eating like consistently, the weight
Yeah.
started coming up. But I didn't get into like macros and calories like properly until like bodybuilding, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah, I used to buy all the supplements.
Mm.
But I didn't really, yeah, I just spending money for the sake of it.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. When you're young, you just think supplements are a bit more important than what they
Yeah,
actually are, don't
yeah.
you? Yeah.
And they weren't
Um,
cheap, man. 50
no.
pounds for a tub of for a tub of creatine, cell
Yeah.
mass. I used to love
Yeah.
PSN because Ronnie Coleman and that back
Oh, okay.
then.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, used to take all my money.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Supplements. Yeah. They're a lot. I remember actually taking creatine for the first time. I just blew up here. I was like a real. I responded pretty well to weight training, but when I first took creatine, it had such an effect on me. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
this is like steroids. This is amazing. Like, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, not really the case. Something I wanted to chat to you about, Theo. I chatted to Andrew Chappelle about this in the last episode about
yeah,
like kind of emotional stability, and it's something I chatted with AJ about too. And yeah, I
yeah,
think it's something that's so important in bodybuilding. It might even be like an area that's a little overlooked, I think. Like, I think as bodybuilders, we focus so much on like what's going on up here that we
yeah.
neglect, or we focus, sorry, so much on the training that we kind of
Yeah,
neglect
yeah,
what's going on up here.
yeah,
You definitely seem to be someone who's got that in check. You seem very level-headed, very chilled out. And it reminds me of something AJ said as well, actually, that all the top guys, what they have in common is that they're just very chilled all the time. Have you always been that way, or is it an area you've had to kind of develop over the years?
No, this is just me. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm just chill, just relaxed.
Mm.
Um, Generally, I don't get overly stressed about things. my missus hates it because
Yeah.
I'm never in a rush to do anything.
Right.
So yeah, it's just how I am. Like I always feel like things are gonna work out. You know, any problem there's a solution for it, and that's how I always feel. So even when it comes to like training and just improving your physique, if
Mm.
something isn't growing, there's a reason why it's not growing, and all you need to do just find what's what you're not doing right,
Mm.
in order to make it respond. And that's how I feel.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I think that's such an important characteristic to have in bodybuilders. You see a lot of guys and they're just, and I think it's in a lot of bodybuilders' nature is to be hyper focused all the time. But I think with that comes along this element of you just have to get everything right, and then
Yeah.
you're not chilled, you're not relaxed enough. Um,
Yeah, so like with myself, I was having a quick chat with George Osborne not too long ago because he was in the gym, and like I was just saying, when the season's done, like I'm not really a bodybuilder. You know what I mean?
right.
Like I like to just go and see my friends, my
Mm,
family, go out, that kind of thing, go for meals. Don't get me wrong, I'm always training hard. Like training, I love training,
yeah.
and I'm always wanting to progress it. So it's very important. But I can't honestly be on it 24/7 all
Mm,
year round. I can't. I think I'd go crazy, especially
mm,
when I've been in the game for this long. It's like 10 years of being hyper focused, or
yeah.
it's yeah. I think you need some downtime. I think you
Mm,
need to find some type of activity or something that you enjoy just to help keep yourself relaxed, and because otherwise it's quite intense. It is
mm,
quite intense. And you see a lot of people burn out.
yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, bodybuilding's life, and then
Yeah.
before you know it, they disappear. They go
Yeah.
end up not bodybuilding, go and do whatever because it's tough. It's tough to stay in that mindset for well, forever basically.
Yeah.
Um, and for myself now, it's just getting that balance of doing what I need to do, but also not putting too much pressure on it.
Mm,
Even though like I've gone to my sessions, like I have to progress. I have to.
yeah.
That's yeah, I have to. At the same time, I enjoy it. And I'm not like thinking about it 24/7.
Yeah.
If I have a great session, great. If it don't go so well, it's like it's a bit annoying, but it's not going to ruin my whole day. You know what I mean? I
Mm,
know that was reset. There'll be a reason why we didn't achieve what we wanted to achieve. Maybe we didn't have enough sleep. Maybe nutrition was off.
yeah.
Whatever. And then just make sure that the variables are much better next time I go into a session, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I just try not to let it really like overtake my life.
Mm,
It's just literally that period of time, like when I'm in the gym, do what I need to do outside the gym. Obviously, get my food, get my meals in and what's not, but just relax. There's
yeah.
more to life than bodybuilding. Sorry guys. I know you all love bodybuilding and it's life
Right.
and all that, but like honestly, I enjoy a lot of things. I enjoy a lot of
Mm,
doing a lot of different things. So yeah,
yeah. That's really good. You made some great points there. And yeah, it's funny. A couple of things. Like the first one, like that person you created, that the kind of bodybuilding is life person. That was kind of me back in the day, and I think it became too much, and that's why I kind of had to step away. I couldn't.
yeah,
Like I said to Andy in the last podcast, it was too much of my identity, and I was like, I don't like this. I'm putting too much pressure on myself.
yeah.
So yeah, you've got a really healthy relationship, the ability just to kind of switch off. Yeah, you need to kind of bottle that and sell it because that's that is I think a lot of bodybuilders could do with that. To be fair, that's a really
Yeah,
really cool
it's
message.
it's can't say it's a blessing and a curse. But I'll be honest, like post show, I was supposed to reverse out with AJ, and we tried it, and I couldn't stick to diet. Like
Okay.
all prep, fine, I have no issues. Then we was reversing, and I couldn't do it because like it deep down, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to
Right.
just switch off,
Right.
and it's like I was like, just I can't do this. I had to.
Mm,
So, like I was saying, I can't stay on it for forever,
yeah.
because I couldn't. For me, like the thought of doing a prep, then doing this for another year or something, and then stay in that mindset for another season, it's just too much for me. I'll be honest.
Mm,
So I'm good in like in prep, even like pre-prep and what's not. But I need enough time just to recover, especially like I was saying before, like I've had some personal stuff go on,
Yeah,
and it's I just need that time to myself, a bit of a break,
yeah.
and then it's more of a mental break. So like I said,
Mm.
still get my stuff done, still lifting heavy and all that, but yeah, I just need just a little less pressure, and yeah, and so far so good anyway.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. How
Yeah,
how have you found navigating that post-show phase? So you mentioned you were planning like reversing
yeah.
out of the diet. How have you managed like food, things like food focus and that since competing?
Do you know what? It's been good. It's been good. Like the initial 2, 3 weeks was a little bit tough.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it was tough,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like I didn't go too crazy.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go as crazy as what I normally do.
Right, right.
And the thing is, like with AJ, he just said a couple things, like in terms of body composition, like an ideal off-season weight and that kind of thing. So it's always stuck in my head.
Mm.
So this is like the first off season where I've actually been bothered about my body composition
Right.
because usually, like I'll be honest, post show, I'm not really that fussed. I just
Mm.
eat, enjoy life, train. But at the same time, I'm thinking maybe that's not the right thing to do. Maybe I could make some more progress if I didn't just pile on a whole heap of unnecessary weight, and focus on building good quality muscle. And so far so good.
Yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. It's easy to let things slip a little bit more than they should do. 100%
Yeah,
can
yeah.
relate to that.
Yeah,
Um,
because like in previous off seasons, it was all about chasing scale weight. I'll be honest, it's like
right.
keep pushing that scale weight, keep like no matter what that
Right,
that
right.
scale weight has to go up.
Yeah.
And right now, it's not that you do want to see it go up, but you know, there's no point in just adding extra weight for the sake of it.
No, no, exactly. Yeah, it's got to go up at an appropriate rate. That's the
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Going back to what you were talking about before, I'm really curious to hear this actually. You've competed a lot. Do you still get nervous on stage? Yeah.
Not on, not so much on stage. Sometimes a little bit backstage.
Yeah.
So you might see me just psyching myself up, getting in the
Mm,
zone, like getting music on that kind of thing. But yeah, yeah, the nerves are still there. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Because it's important to me. I'll be
Mm,
honest, it's
yeah.
important, and I always set myself like high goals. So yeah, it's I go there and think, right, got to do this, that kind of
Mm,
thing. But yeah, they never like overcome, like
no.
they never take control. Yeah.
No. Is it an area where you feel you've got better on, or were you always someone who had like some level of nerves, but not it wasn't overwhelming?
Yeah, it's never been overwhelming. I
Yeah, okay.
think sometimes like just the early bits of thinking, like you can kind of overthink it.
Yeah.
Um, but usually, I'm arriving at the auditorium or wherever it is, the
Mm,
theatre, early, check in, do all that stuff. And it gives you time just to settle down, get
mm,
just, find a nice place just to chill and yeah, and just get in the zone from there. So yeah, they kind of go, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
sometimes get a little bit more just before you go on stage. So
Mm,
it's a bit of nerves, but excitement at the
yeah.
same time because you're seeing other people getting pumped up and getting
Mm,
glazed and what's not. That okay,
yeah, yeah, we're
that
doing
kind of
this.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's the thing. Yeah, it is a really exciting thing as well. Yeah, and I kind of wish that I could almost channel that energy into the excitement part and less on the nerves. But because I still get a bit, I mean, I say I still have only competed like seven times, a lot less than you. But yeah,
yeah,
last year I like I got a bit nervous, but yeah, like I've said before, the nerves just dissipate. They go away completely once I'm on stage. It's
yeah,
always just the beforehand for
yeah.
me, I find.
I hear
Um,
that. Yeah,
yeah, so
yeah. On stage, that's on stage is yeah, it's a lot easier.
yeah.
I don't know why, but
So,
I feel comfortable up there.
yeah, no,
Other
same.
than free pot, I hate doing the routine. I'll be honest.
Really?
I'll say it now. I don't like to do it. Stick me up there with the guys, do
Mm,
the mantras and what's not.
yeah.
But yeah, free pot, just. Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny with that. 'Cause I think people fall into two different camps when it comes to posing. Either they love the routine and they create this incredible orchestrated piece of combination of music and it's so really theatrical. And
yeah,
then you get guys that just do the thing. They do a few poses, but yeah, I try to kind of veer more towards the former camp there because I wanted to really optimize
yeah,
my posing. But yeah, that's when I got the most nervous actually. Funnily enough, was the before before going out for the individual routine. I was fine doing the others,
yeah.
yeah, but it's just doing that
I'm the
routine, isn't
same.
it?
I'm the same. Yeah, before the free poses, I was like, oh gosh, here we go. I think because I'm
Mm,
out there on my own as well,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. All eyes are on you.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
yeah, I'm so yeah. Going back to yeah, I wanted to ask you this as well, Theo. So I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure we've met like twice in person. I think we met once at Body Power way back in I think it's 2016.
Yeah, I think yeah, yeah,
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, and then at
yeah. It was
BNBF
2016. Yeah,
Southern last year. So you were back, you were backstage last year doing some helping out with the BNBF.
yeah.
So yeah, you've seen like you've been in this game a while. What are some of like the lessons, the biggest lessons you've learned having been in bodybuilding for so long?
Um, it takes time. It takes time, and even with a coach, it takes time. And you know, you've got to give them the opportunity to give them enough time to make things work. Like, um, you can't just get with someone like 8 weeks out from the show and expect it to go great, that kind of thing. The more time you spend with them, yeah, the more they get to learn your body and even your personality and you know a lot about you basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, so in regards to coach, that's what I've learned on that. And then other than that, it's like just be persistent, man. You just got to keep being
Mm,
persistent and keep improving. Um, but you know, one thing that I say is don't set the bar too low. Like some people they'll tick the boxes like, yeah, I'm ticking boxes, but you could be achieving a lot more, you know what I mean?
mm,
And the thing is like for me, I'm very competitive in bodybuilding. So it's one of them, it's like there has to be significant enough improvements
yeah.
to stay competitive because I feel like if you're not even if you're making progress, if you're not making enough, you end up going backwards because there's some great guys out there,
Mm,
guys and girls, and you just get overtaken. You know what I mean? So whereas people are like, yeah, it's me versus me type of thing, I get that, but you're on stage, you're competing, so in reality, it's you versus them,
mm,
and for me, it's not just a personal journey. I'm there. I want to win and achieve like my goals. So it's always like I won't say I'm watching people and what they do, but I'm aware and if they've got certain things better than me, then it's like right, how can I improve in that area and that kind of thing.
mm.
So yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, that's a really quite a unique insight there, actually, because I think most people in bodybuilding are just so focused on, yes, it is like you versus you. But yeah, you're right. You've got people to beat at the end of the day, haven't you? So that,
this is it. This is it. I'll be honest and like, and it's one of them. It's like you in any industry, anyone at the top, you know, they'll be looking at the competitors in some
mm,
way, shape, or form to see kind of what's going on. Um, like I think people are scared of like failure and feeling like
mm,
they're not good enough. And the thing is, it's all right to not be good enough. We're not
mm,
always going to be um like the best person, but you know, once you accept that, all right, things do need to improve and they can improve,
mm,
then yeah, it's you're gonna make it. You know, that's
mm,
how I feel anyway. That's how I've been from the start. I've always like wanted to achieve, like I wanted to become a DFAT pro,
mm,
and it was just a case of going up against the top competition. So I've never ever dodged any competitors. I've never thought,
mm.
oh, I'll do a weaker show.
Yeah.
It's literally usually the Midlands or Northern because the closest anyway.
Mm,
But whoever's turn up, turn up. I don't care if they're the best in the game or not. And if I get beat, I get beat. That's how it is. But I find out where I sit and where I need to improve from there. And that's it. Don't get me wrong, we all want to win. I love winning. But at the same time, like it's one of them. Like a winning for me, if if I chose to compete against less competition and won, it won't feel the same. If that
mm.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. Yeah, really, really unique insight there. And yeah, no, I love that actually. There's a lot to take from that. Yeah. Um, I'd like to chat a bit about your training as well,
Yeah,
Theo. Now, so you're known for moving some like pretty impressive weight, especially your deadlifts.
you're all right. Yeah,
In your like decade or so of competing, has your training evolved over the years at all?
yeah. So, um, when I got with AJ for the first time in 20, well, it would have been back in the 2020. So he changed, well, switched me over to push pull legs,
Mm.
and since then I've never really looked back. Um, it's yeah. Before that, it's been a bit of a bro split or pro split, however you want to call it
Yep,
nowadays.
yep.
But yeah, for years that's what I did, and I found the push pull legs to be much better.
Hmm.
Um, just just because, like, well, when I got with AJ, basically he just reined me in a little bit because I love volume. Like,
Mm.
because I enjoy training, I would just do another set. We'll go again, type of
Yep.
thing. And he just reined me in a little bit and controlled the volume. So I just felt like I was recovering better. I was able to consistently make progress. I was very mindful about even logging because I never used to logbook.
Right.
So it was all very different,
Mm.
and yeah, it's made a huge difference. I know some
Mm.
people don't like logbooking, but I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
Love to have some type of reference there.
definitely.
Yeah,
Do you use an app or do you use like a physical book?
oh no, I just use my notes. So I've got an app which I use for like clients and what's not, but
Yep.
yeah, I don't know why I've not. I've set myself up on it. I've just never used it. I just use
Right,
my
right.
notes. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and that's it. But yeah, I think for me, having that there, knowing exactly what I've done last time
Mm.
and what numbers or what a beat kind of thing, yeah, it makes it, gives you that bit more of a push,
Definitely does. Yeah, yeah. I
sets a
think it's a
standard.
game changer.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I log all my lifts as well, and just certainly once you get quite skilled at a movement, like the gains you make are so marginal as well. It's like you're not going to
yeah,
beat things every week. It might be like out of 3 sets or 2 sets, you might find you get one extra rep, and that's seen as like a
yeah,
win,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
Yeah.
going in with that mentality of like, yeah, you've got something to beat. It just makes the workout a bit more enjoyable. I even track my rest periods now as well, and because I think I want to actually kind of just standardize everything. So I kind of
Okay. All right.
yeah, because I don't usually. I'll just kind of go again when I feel ready. But yeah,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
days I use the Heavy app. If you've heard of Heavy, that's quite a good one.
No, I've not used that.
Yeah, and you can actually track your you can track your rest periods. And I make them different for each exercise. Obviously, like a lateral raise, you don't need as much rest for that as to do
Yeah,
like
yeah. Hmm.
a heavy squat or something. But yeah, yeah, I find that to be quite useful. Yeah, there's definitely like a trend in certainly UK bodybuilding of like lower volume now, isn't there? Like closer proximity to failure, but less volume. Would you kind of say you've adopted that kind of method as well? You push closer to failure.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. But I'm also very mindful on certain exercises because of certain niggles and issues that I've had in the past. So I might leave. Well, on a few things, I won't go like 50-50 reps. If it's like a pull down or anything like that, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go till complete failure. Because the risk of injury is low. But
Mm,
say like on a hack squat, pendulum squat, where I've had issues before, it's like, yeah, we might just leave that rep and
mm.
live to fight another day kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, because you've had a few like little injuries as well. How's that been like recently? Have you remained mostly injury free recently?
Yeah, so well, I say, yeah, I pulled my
Yeah,
neck like trap area the other day.
I saw that
Um,
actually on your Instagram. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, just out of nothing, out
Right.
literally out of nothing. Like I'm
Mm,
pressing, it weren't the top set or anything, and then I just felt it. I was like, oh shoot! But yeah, it feels much better. But
mm,
that's minor anyway. Apart from that, it's been pretty smooth overall. I did do something on the pendulum, like it's been about a year now, and my ankle area is much better.
mm.
So, but it's still like clicks like that kind of
Right.
thing. So
Yeah.
when I say like if I do a calf raise,
Mm.
um, after a few sets I can start to feel it like flick. So I don't know what I've done to that,
Right, right.
but yeah, basically I was on a pendulum squat,
Mm,
went for it, bottomed out. The safety, the stopper was way too low. They
right.
can't adjust it, and because I'm tall, I'd have just
Mm,
sat on my heels, had to shuffle up, and
right.
the pressure that I felt like down like the side of me, my shins and that, oh, it's horrible. And
Mm,
then a week later, or the next session and next leg session, I went and done a leg press, and then I felt like a bit of a in like my ankle area. So yeah, that wasn't good. Do it much pain, but a lot of discomfort, and
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the main thing which I'm kind of like mindful of at the moment. But I used to have a lot of shoulder issues, but I do my mobility,
Hmm.
obviously physio and what's not, and that's been great. And also just I literally avoid any exercise which causes me issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I used to bench a lot. I always went to bench 200, never quite reached there.
Yeah.
And yeah, a bit sad about that, but I
Mm.
won't even risk it nowadays.
It does.
Like it's
Yeah.
just not worth it. Barbell squat, love barbell squatting, but due to my mobility and that, it causes so much issue on my shoulder. Like it's horrible.
Right.
And yeah, so I don't even do that no more. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah. No, that's fair enough, and that's
literally,
probably sensible.
yeah. That this is the thing. So in the past, I've kind of like just powered through it,
Mm.
and it's definitely been the wrong thing to do because like there's been stages where I've been training hard, and I've had to like lower the intensity for a few weeks and then train
Mm.
hard again and lower intensity again. So that was mainly on like legs and stuff
Yeah.
throughout my last off season. Whereas this one, I'll literally only use certain equipment.
Mm.
So I'll train at certain gyms for leg day. Um, there's a few hack squats that I can use, pendulums that I can use, and that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's really good, and I suppose that's the good thing about bodybuilding. We have so many tools at our disposal. It's not like powerlifting where you've got to do certain movements. There's
Yeah,
so much, and like with these days, especially with the machines, the quality of the machines is getting so good that
yeah,
yeah, you've got
definitely.
you're going to find something that works for you and your like, biomechanics
Exactly.
and that.
Yes.
Um,
But what I will say is like, you're always going to pick up niggles and stuff, but
yeah,
there's always ways of working around them,
yeah,
so don't get too disheartened and
yeah.
just keep pushing on, man. There's another way of training that muscle and yeah, just do that.
Completely
That's my
agree.
advice anyway.
No, that's really good advice. I'd agree with that completely. It can be disheartening, but yeah, there's always something. You're at 36 now. I'm 40. I'm a bit older than you.
Okay.
Do you feel different? Like when you training now compared to training then, like do you feel different in terms of just general, I don't know, more aches and pains or roughly the same?
I probably pick up niggles a little bit easier.
Okay.
I don't remember like picking up so. Do you know what? Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie because I used to always get pains, like knee pains and what's not when I was younger,
Mm,
but I just didn't care and I just
right.
powered through them.
Okay.
And I'd wear knee wraps, so I'd just wrap them up even tighter, that kind of thing, and do
Right,
another
right.
set. So yeah, nowadays I'm more aware, but in general, I feel fresh.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I feel fresh in the gym. I feel like there's more. I just feel that's how I
Mm.
feel. Yeah, there's
That's
a lot
good. That's
more.
good to hear. Yeah,
Yeah,
more juice to be squeezed.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, something I'm curious actually because I've been working out for like 25 years almost, like lifting weights and yeah, generally in like decent shape. I wonder to myself, someone of 40 years old or late 30s, how do they feel if they've done no weights at all by this stage? Are they really achy? Do they not get any
yeah,
aches? Because I think a lot of my aches and pains come as a result of doing weights and just niggles here and there. I
yeah.
wonder what it's like, but yeah.
Do you know what? I was having this conversation with a friend recently, and we're just saying like people that he knows, and even people that I know, they've got aches and pains, like who went school with, and back problems, this and that, and which could probably be fixed by actually training.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people just put it down to age. It's like, oh, I'm not aged now, so yeah, my
Ah, yeah.
knees hurt, my back hurts, and I don't like the mentality. I'll be honest, I don't like it. I don't like it. I think I'm just against like age. I don't want to get old. I think
No,
that's
no,
what
no.
it is. I try and fight like, do what I can
Yeah,
to
no,
feel
I agree.
youthful.
That's it. 'Cause
Um,
I'm convinced all of my aches are as a result of doing too much in the gym, I think. But
yeah,
yeah, no, that's I completely agree with you there. It's an excuse people use. I don't like it.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Hmm.
Um, so yeah, going back to your competition, your future comp. So you've already made your pro debut, obviously.
Yeah,
When will you next be on stage, Theo?
at the earliest next year. At the
Okay.
earliest, yeah. Yeah, just got to see how I feel. Um, I want
Hmm.
to make some improvements,
Yeah.
and I want to go into the season feeling ready for it
Hmm.
because I plan on doing a big season. there's a lot of shows that I would like to do.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, need to sort out the logistics as well for that because they're all over now, aren't they? So it's not just like a case of UK shows.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of travel. That's the plan. That is the plan anyway. But yeah, I just need to see how they line up because I
Mm,
still need to do a WMBF pro show first
I
before I
see.
can do any show. Otherwise, I lose my pro status or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it 2 years or do you have to 2 years of getting your pro card?
No, no. So basically, what I didn't know is that I have to compete as a WMBF pro before I do any other federation,
I see.
and that's one of the reasons why I cut my season short last
Right.
time. Yeah, because the DFAT fell before WMBF, and I was a bit gutted. Nah, I was really gutted, I'll be honest.
Mm,
But it is what it is, and I didn't want to ditch the DFAT to just go and do the WMBF because I thought that would look bad,
yeah.
and yeah, I didn't want to like choosing, so I thought right, cut my season short, and here we are,
Yeah.
here we are. Yeah,
No, that's good. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah. What are you looking to improve next time? So you made a ton of improvements. What's next on the agenda to bring up for next time?
more posterior, so bigger, thicker, wider back.
Mm,
Um, if I can get some hamstring drop like from the
right.
side, I'd love like because I've got a lot of quad from the side,
Mm,
but I want more hamstring. I want more like if I can get more, yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Your quads do it really good in that side chest. There's a lot of detail there,
yeah,
for sure. But you want to get a
that's
bit more
it. But
balance for the
yeah,
hamstring.
that's the plan anyway. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But I have no doubt I'll make improvements.
Hmm.
Um, I just hope that I can make the kind of improvements that I've got in my head. You
Mm,
know, yeah, that
yeah.
that
Yeah.
Ronnie Coleman back.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious. How long do you foresee like you doing this for, Theo?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, I don't know because,
Mm,
like, honestly, the goal is to be best in the world.
yeah.
That is the goal. So, best in the world meaning winning WNBF worlds,
Mhm.
winning DFAT worlds, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if that's ever been done. Um,
Is
I
it
know,
both of them?
yeah, in
Mm.
the same year. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows? But that's the goal. That's what I'd
Wow.
like to be like
Mm,
undisputed champ.
yeah.
Um, unless there's like a federation which where everyone comes together and competes there, then I guess that's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just want to, well, yeah, basically, I just want to beat everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
without sounding like
Yeah.
arrogant, that's the
No.
goal. I
No.
just want to be the champ, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's the plan for when I next step on stage. If I don't achieve it, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't play it out in there. I
No.
shouldn't.
No. No.
Oh
No.
gosh,
Don't say
I shouldn't say that. But
that. I'll
anyway,
delete that bit.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
But that's what I'd love to achieve. So I think until I achieve that,
yeah.
or start going backwards. If I ever start going backwards in terms of progress, then
Mm,
yeah, that's it. When I become less competitive, yeah,
yeah. That's a good mentality actually, and that actually reminds me. I remember asking Ben Lloyd. So Ben is like 40, I think. He's a month older than me.
yeah,
And like yourself, he's put on a ton of muscle over the years, and he's still made
yeah,
really, really good progress into his like late 30s and late 40s.
mhm,
So yeah, I'm hopeful that I can continue to do the same. And
yeah,
how
yeah,
has progress been for you in the last few years? You've still, I imagine most of your gains were made early on, as
yeah.
is the case with everyone. How has it been in the last few years? Have you looked at yourself and thought, I've definitely made progress there, despite, and you're not old, you're obviously not old, but yeah. Have you seen improvements more recently, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, I'm the best I've looked at this weight for
Yep.
sure. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, I can't. The thing is, I can't look back at pictures and think, oh, I look better then, or I
Mm.
was better then. Like I've always continued to improve. So however I am now is like the best form of me at
Yeah.
this kind of weight. So yeah, still improving, still
Mm.
improving,
Yeah.
and still believe can make more improvements.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really put a ceiling on improvement. It's just keep working
Mm.
and just keep going. You know, I think when you start focusing on like genetic limitations
Mm,
and all that, that's when yeah, you're in a bit of trouble there.
yeah.
Um, just keep pushing, keep
Mm,
working. If you're progressing, then just roll with it
yeah.
and just keep looking at different ways of making progress. And even when you're making progress, it's like, are we getting the most out of it, or can we
Mm.
still get a little bit more? And that's how I see things.
That makes sense. Yeah. No, really good advice. You mentioned your chest being like a really strong point. I'd say your back is like a strong point now as well, actually. It's definitely come
Yeah,
on.
it's good.
Would you say like because of those areas that are really developed, have you intentionally like dialed back training on those areas so you can prioritize other body parts?
So, right now, I've literally dialed back training on arms. Like because yeah, I don't like when I'm looking at certain shots, I'm like it's very quite overpowering, you know.
Right.
So yeah, so I dialed it back a little bit there, but still I want more back.
Hmm.
So yeah, it needs to be
A bit more.
like
Yeah.
big, big, big. Yeah, I don't think you can get. I don't think your back can be too big.
No, no. A
So,
big
yeah,
back is always
so
good.
yeah, in terms of chest, I don't do an awful lot for it. Yeah, do a couple movements and what's not, and
Yeah.
that's it.
What's
Yeah.
your chest and arm volume like, being that they're strong body parts?
So chest, well, over the years, it was chest day every day.
Yeah, of
So
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's so I do push every 5 days. So
Okay.
I do two presses and a fly in both push in both push sessions.
Yeah.
I've changed it a little bit. I've got like a drop set on one of the sessions, and that's it. So yeah,
Okay. And so chest once every 5 days. What about arms?
yeah.
So arms as well, the same, yeah.
Well, arms now, to be honest, over the past few months, I've kind of just been tapering them down. So
Yeah.
now the literally is going to be once every 10 days. So
Wow.
in one of my push sessions or
Yeah.
pull sessions. And that's because like just the size of them, and also um, like my bicep, it gets a little bit niggly sometimes, and it's
Right.
kind of been there for a while.
Mm.
So I'm like, yeah, we just give it some rest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that. I don't know if you know Oscar Muscat. He finished second at WNBF Worlds. He's got like the craziest arms of all
Oh yeah,
time.
yeah, the professor.
Professor, yeah, I think like
Yeah,
21 inches or something absurd. It's like, how is that even possible?
it's
But
crazy.
I think
Yeah.
he trains his arms a lot less now as a result. But yeah,
Ah, damn, I need to train him more. I forgot
yeah,
about him. I need to train him
mate,
more.
yeah, yeah. That's the
Ah,
thing.
shoot.
His arms are
Yeah,
just absurd. But
yeah. Crazy
yeah.
physique. Crazy,
Um,
crazy.
you've obviously you've seen like you've been around this world a while now, and you've been to a lot of shows. You've helped backstage. What are some of the
Yeah.
biggest mistakes or overlooked areas that you think people make, in your opinion, with bodybuilding?
Oh, there's a lot. Tan.
Okay.
Get the tan right. The
Yep.
amount of people that I've seen step on stage and they've not had enough tan on, or it's been running and it just hurts the physique. It really does. Same with glaze. Yes, saw that a couple of times last year, and so things like that, things are pumping up. Do you know what? There's mistakes everywhere. You
Yeah.
can literally make mistakes everywhere.
Mm.
Um, it's just like the thing is, it all comes with experience. So
Yeah,
once
yeah.
you've done it a few times, you kind of know what you need to do.
Mm.
Um, yeah, you can get I don't know. It's yeah, you can make mistakes everywhere, but like I
Yeah.
said, tan, posing,
Mm.
glaze, pumping up, like yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Some people go missing backstage as well.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
you need to be backstage when you need to be backstage. Like you don't want
Yeah.
to be running on, not getting pumped up or not getting glazed or anything like that. So
Hmm.
yeah, just that kind of thing. So that's on show day anyway.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
show. Yeah, yeah. Do you think people pump up too much or not enough, in your opinion?
you can do both really.
Yeah.
But some people doing full workouts for
Yeah,
ages,
yeah.
like go, really going for it. And I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I was one of them guys. Like
Mm.
in the beginning, I thought, yeah, I need to get this pump, man. Like,
Mm.
and you don't really need to be that pumped.
No.
Yeah, just do enough, and by the time you start posing and that, everything looks good anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. The
Hmm.
the posing is an in element. It kind of pumps things up anyway. Yeah, I
Yeah,
sometimes wonder if I go a bit overboard in the pumping up because it can blur the lines a little bit if you pump up too
yeah,
much,
yeah,
can't it?
for sure, for
in
sure.
certain areas like triceps and obviously quads. Not that anyone's going to do like squats backstage, but
No.
I suppose yeah, even a bit too much bicep or back, it can probably blur things a bit.
Yeah.
If that makes
You just
sense.
want to get a bit of blood in there and that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Mm,
But I guess everyone has their own little thing or because it's not just about it's about how you feel, going on stage as well. So I guess if you're not doing quite enough, you're not gonna feel like you're at your best, if that
mm,
makes sense. And that can probably affect some confidence.
yeah,
Whereas if you've got a decent pump and you step out stage like right, yeah, it's game time kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Hmm.
makes sense. Yeah, I always think having been at a few shows and just kind of observing how people are backstage, I tend to think people fall in two camps. Like they're either hyper focused, hoodies up, headphones in, they're just in the zone. There's no one else there in terms of like
Yeah.
how they are, or they're just quite chill. I tend to be quite friendly and relaxed backstage, and I talk to people. Like, what camp do
Yeah.
you kind of fall in, or is it a bit of both?
It's a bit of both.
Mm,
Yeah, I'll chat. I'll quite happily chat to people and what's not.
mm,
But I can't remember which show it was where I was a bit more to myself and
mm.
just I'm ready to get the job done and that was it.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm never gonna be like horrible to people.
yeah, of
Like
course.
if you want a quick chat, then yeah, it's all good. I try and stay in good spirits anyway, and
Mm,
I think that just helps. I think that helps with the nerves as
yeah,
well. Everyone having a good time is yeah, it's like I was gonna say it should be a friendly experience, but I do get it is a competition,
mm,
and sometimes people are a little bit stressed, and that can come off as a bit like, yeah, that kind
yeah,
of thing. But I get it, man. Do what you need to do. But for
yeah.
me, most of the time, I'm nice, but I will sit in the corner, headphones on, hood up, kind of thing, um, just to get myself in the zone.
Yeah, no, that makes
Hmm.
sense. Yeah, no, that's a good answer there. Um, well, that pretty much covers everything, Theo. This has been amazing. This has flown
Okay.
by, and you've given some great tips, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this. So yeah, thank you. Um, I'm going to do some quick fire questions now, as I do with all my
Okay.
guests. So, what's your
Yeah.
favorite film? Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? You're gonna have a problem with this
Uh-oh.
because I'm a guy who has no favorites. Like other than color, I like my favorite color is black.
Yep.
Other than that, I've got no favorites. I can't put things like
Okay.
I can have a list of things, but I can't put them in order. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know.
What
Don't know what
springs
that's
to
called.
mind? A film you really enjoy?
Top of my head, I like Inception.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
like
good film.
Inception, but I like loads of films. Oh,
Yeah.
so many,
There's so
so
many.
many.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh gosh, but yeah,
okay,
let's
I'm
go.
gonna
Let's yeah.
Inception. That's a good answer. I'm going to rephrase this and not call it favorite. What's a dieting food that you enjoy eating in the yeah,
Oh,
prep
a
food?
dieting food.
Yeah,
Oh,
like favorite or not favorite, but food on prep you enjoy.
um, either oats or mince and rice.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
oats
I
has
do
been
enjoy
answered
oats.
as well.
If I've got the right protein to go with it, then
Mm,
it's really like it, really enjoy it.
protein nice.
And it depends on how deep in prep. If it's deep in prep, then yeah, something like oats. Oh my gosh, feels like a treat.
Yeah, protein
Yeah,
oats is amazing. What's like your favorite kind of flavor at the moment? Don't know. Yeah, no favorites. Yeah.
I don't have favorites. Sorry, yeah, I
No,
just
no,
like.
no, no. We're all good. Yeah, I know everyone raves out the Perform. I only tried one of their flavors and it is good. The chocolate one is really good. But no, protein oats. We'll go with that. That's a good
Yeah,
answer
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. What's your? And I'm not going to say favorite, but what's a off-season food you enjoy eating, Theo?
Again, this changes. I like burgers, I like pizzas. I enjoy the Chinese on the weekend. I
Yeah,
was out
yeah.
with the missus. That was great.
Mm.
Um, yeah, that's burgers and pizzas
Hey, good
and
answer.
Chinese.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All good
yeah.
there. All good. And this one, I think you might find that easier to answer. What are your hobbies
But
outside of bodybuilding?
so hobbies. I do a bit of gaming, so I like to
Mm.
switch off and play some PS5 and
Nice. What are you
yeah.
playing?
At the moment, so I'm playing a bit of Street Fighter and
Oh,
I'm playing some old games like Resident Evil 2.
oh
So
wow, old
yeah,
school. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
No, that's good. Yeah, I
Got
like
my
a bit of
age.
gaming. I got a VR headset recently. I got a Meta Quest 3. They're really good actually.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah, stay safe with them, man. I've seen
oh
people
mate,
mess up the houses or
yeah.
fall over stuff and that. So yeah, man, be
Touch
careful.
wood, it hasn't happened yet. But like once you accept like the slight downgrade in graphical quality, like they're so immersive. It's a whole new world. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Recommend. But yeah, gaming is
Hmm.
cool. Well, look, it's been a ton of fun, Theo. Thank you so much. Really appreciated this.
Oh,
And
thanks for having me. It's been good.
yeah, thank you. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and for listening. And we'll see you next time.
All right, take care.
Cheers.